All right, so I want to talk to psychologists and counsellors today around some objections that you've got about working in the NDIS, but a very common objection that a lot of psychologists in particular have is that, I'm seeing my Medicare clients. It's relatively simple. I've got minimal paperwork, but if I work in the NDIS, there's just so much paperwork, so many key stakeholders, so much sort of unpaid labour, and just too much stress. Well, this is partly true and it partly isn't true. Firstly, I'll just describe to you what a traditional referral looks like so we can actually objectify what the paperwork is. And then there might be a solution that I can offer as well. So basically, the paperwork when you get a referral is they'll call your office, for example, and they'll say they want to see you, for example. So then you got to deal with the support coordinator to organise a service agreement to be signed. So it's a legal contract that you've got to get drawn up or created somehow. But basically at the end of the document, it's like, this is the amount of sessions, this is the quote or the amount of money they're going to charge the NDIS for the sessions. And then of course you both have to sign. That can actually be a very involved process. And then of course there is the actual process of providing the sessions. Now it depends on what level you want to go to. I mean, as part of a auditing process, you might need to do a risk assessment, for example, or you might actually want to do a bit of a plan, a therapy plan. Sometimes people want that as well. But these two steps aren't necessary in all the scenarios. Then you obviously provide the counselling, and you need to structure your notes in such a way that you're capturing the relevant information so that when you come to the end of the NDIS plan period, you've actually got to write a progress report to the NDIS. And it's different to a Medicare progress report. And this basically will determine whether they'll get funding for the following year, not just within the therapeutic support section of the plan, but often other areas of your plan as well. So sometimes other interested key stakeholders might be the parents, might be the accommodation providers, might be particularly interested in your report. So this is obviously a professional development opportunity, shall we say, or a boundary setting opportunity sometimes. But it doesn't have to be that complicated as well. And then, of course, you send it off, and then, you determine whether they get more funding or not. And then there's a little bit of account management in terms of the support coordinators to see if the funding's come through, to see if the session's going to continue the next plan period. If all this sounds a bit overwhelming for you, and you're working by yourself or managing it yourself, I can understand how you won't want to work in the NDIS. However, another opportunity is to work as a subcontractor. So we're offering really great subcontracting rates for psychologists at the moment who want to work in their private practice. Sometimes they want to see their own clients, or they want clients to be given to them, but they don't want to do all this extra paperwork. So if you're interested in sort of finding out more, or just even understanding just how the subcontractor model works in the NDIS, just type in "I'm interested" in the comments section below, and I'll send you a free PDF for how it all works and how it might work for you in your private practice.